Good day, adventurers. We are Imaginary Paradise, a D&D group here to share some good times and good stories among friends. It's nice to have you join our table. And now, welcome to the fantastical land of Azera. Well, once again, thank you for joining us in the land of Azera. I'm your mildly deranged Dungeon Master Malloy, and am currently trying to corral my runaway gremlins. Luckily, I strapped some mics to them before they got loose, so they're still able to talk to us, so I guess they can introduce themselves. Andrew.
I am trapped! Let me out! Let me walk on the boulevard of broken dreams, please!
No. As Aegis Volmaris. Chris.
Hello, I am not a gremlin.
I disagree. For both of those. As Eldritch Thorn. Because both you guys denied it, but we're all gremlins on the inside. And Sheldon.
Hello.
Now that I was able to distract them with introductions and finally sliced cheeses, we can get to the recap.
Yeah, you forgot to say Sheldon's character name.
Didn't I say Moon and
What the heck? Yeah, no, you just said
Yeah.
Sheldon. Am I not important enough to be properly introduced?
And the bird.
Wow, didn't even introduce.
No taxation without representation.
Yeah, that's me. You ruined it. Continue on with your little intro.
You're ruining it.
And Sheldon as Moon and Nightbringer, I guess. It's what you get for, beating down my Omega Red.
You just continue on. You're just being real condescending right now.
I don't know what you're talking about. I feel like
this is why Omega Red has to die every time we play.
This is why the boys all hate Omega Red.
Yeah. It's because of your actions. Your actions have consequences on your characters. I just want you to remember that.
Pretty much.
I just should not have to face the consequences of my own actions. What are you talking about? What a thought. Last time, our heroic adventurers enjoyed an evening of eating and celebration after seeing the Crackbacks clan. That, combined with defeating Kragda, Pebble and the rest of the orcs knelt before them and proclaimed them the chieftains of this tribe. They also managed to interest a few of the orcs in a game of creatures and conjurations. The 5 participating orcs all requested decks to be ordered if possible, and around the same time, Aegis's mom Mayrina called to tell them that around 50 or so refugees fleeing Thedium decided to settle down in their town of Dramine. Some of the other continued to other cities as well, but there was a big group of refugees coming through. Just then, an idea was hatched between Pebble and the new chiefs. The orcs can salvage what they can, what's left of the cave, and head to Dramine to begin building up the town for the new people. The next morning, the new chiefs of the clan said their goodbyes to the few orcs who were still awake from partying or happened to wake up early enough, and began to head off towards the capital. Within a few hours, the party found themselves at Grandma Garnet's Travel Tea House. Totally normal business establishment run by a totally normal lady who's totally not a hag. Just kidding, she's kind of a hag. She began asking riddles and locked the tea house down. When a hint was requested for the riddle, a purple thorny suited armor was pulled from the floor to fight against I guess you could call it a fight against a very squishy wizard. Luckily, Grandma Garnet wasn't there to kill them. She actually helped them out. She revealed to them that she's actually a member of the Knights of the Silver Order, a group of various warriors dedicated to defending the world from people and creatures from other realms. She also revealed some of the more inane machinations of the silver-faced wizard, who was one such entity. He's been around since an ancient war that ended with all but the extinction of the Avariel, the winged people that Sheldon is from, or Moonin is from. Nah, Sheldon, you're also a bird person. He tends to reside on the plane of Gehenna, and has also put out a bounty on each of them. About 1,000 platinum per person, dead or alive. She offered some advice, possibly seeking out Plague Fang of the Thieves Guild, and avoiding some of his less savory subordinates. Grandma Garnet also, she dropped them off somewhere about halfway between the entrances of the Mistvale Moors and the capital of Valorane. That means now 3 different leads centered somewhere in the great capital of the country of Eoren. Those 3 leads a letter that needs to be delivered to Agus's a letter to be delivered written by Agus's dad, meant for the widower of his brother. The person who's stealing and selling Moonin's original artworks also has a shop set up there, and meeting Plague Fang, deep within the warrens beneath the city. We return to our players within Grammy Garnet's wonderful traveling tea house. It's a nice little hut with a nice thatched roof, some nice shingles and whatnot, but still kind of holistic and rugged looking. He has been training you guys since we last left off for the rest of the day to try to get you up to snuff in her eyes. So I would like to start this off with rolls from you guys.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
The saving throw for this be a saving throw of your choice based on how you think you would be handling of fighting against the Thorned Guardian over and over again until nightfall. Keep in mind you guys got here about like noonish, one-ish, something like that. So you get a few hours to fight. So how would you like to do that?
I would like to study it. So, like, to figure out its weakness after it basically just killed me once, so I'm more hesitant to go after it.
Makes sense. Say an intelligence save will work for that. And the two of you,
Nat 20, so 27.
Damn.
you fail.
Wow.
No, I'm just kidding.
Sheesh.
No, you brilliantly, after getting your shit stomped in the first time, you brilliantly sort of just analyze all of its moves. You sort of memorize its different movements and with the attacks that you would see coming in from your allies, and you're quickly able to, within like the first like 30 minutes, 45 minutes of the fight, you don't even get touched by this thing for the rest of the day. Because you have completely, like, I'm talking professional Dark Souls player, like, you know every single movement, every move set, everything he can throw at you. And you dodge it so nimbly, and your magic just makes it bounce off if it even gets close. You got it.
So you said we're just fighting this magical Thorny like armor construction or like illusion thing for the day.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what she has you guys training in the meantime to get you guys a little bit more. Because she said like last time that she didn't think you guys fought very well together. So she wanted to give you guys a bit more training over and over again. You know, because you guys.
We fight really well together. It's just, the two of us were taking our time to examine our opponent. And we just luckily had a willing meat shield to volunteer to take the brunt of the damage.
It was not willing.
I don't know, you ran in pretty quick. If I
don't think I
remember
ran in.
correctly.
You
I
did run
don't
in
think I
and
ran.
use, what was it, necrotic touch or inflict wounds?
Running is a strong one. Jogging. We'll take it.
Fast-paced jog.
Running is. Eesh.
And what saving throw would you choose, Moonin, to practice for your training for the day?
I'll do a constitution saving throw of some sort.
Yeah. Just sort of tough it out, see which attacks you can parry throughout the day,
Yeah.
and what you got. She does offer refreshments of both food and drink throughout the day as well. She doesn't just make you guys grind to the bone, luckily.
14 total.
14 total?
Yeah, it didn't roll that good.
You get beaten down pretty badly by this guy here and there. You start like getting some of his first like couple moves of his moveset, and you get a couple good strikes in, but unfortunately by the end of the day you are battered, bruised, and covered in so many scrapes and cuts that it feels like it hurts to even just like turn your body.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, it is a fairly tiresome endeavor training throughout the entire day in this manner. And Eldritch, what saving throw would you like to roll?
I would like to JoJo's Bizarre Adventures it with a strength saving throw.
Fuck yeah. Just try and man through it. Just take all the punches you can and aura all the way back.
24.
Fucking denting this metal guardian in. You get a couple of nicks and dings on yourself, but most of the damage in the altercation between the two of you luckily seems to go to it rather than you. So you get through pretty well. You definitely feel a bit stronger and a bit more tough and like more experienced as a fighter, especially with like your group. You guys can now, because you have trained in this manner and rolled well enough for as a combined for the three of you. When you guys are attacking one another, you can gain flanking from any direction now, not just a murder.
Oh, we can gain flanking from any direction.
Yes, not just the
Well,
murder sandwich. You effectively have like
what you calling
a
this, bro?
measure. Hmm.
Are
What'd you
we
say?
giving? Is this essentially like a feat? Are we calling this like a just an like how are you?
It's a passive.
Yeah, kind of like you
Okay, a passive that works for me.
could put it there with your abilities and whatnot.
Are we calling it pack tactics?
You could put it as squad tactics.
I'm gonna put it as all my dudes hate Omega Red.
All right, I'm down.
I hate you guys. I just want to poison you. Get over here.
The boys hate Omega Red.
Yeah, you guys just the purple thorned guardian that you guys fought previously, for some reason turns red, probably with blood of his scrapes and dings on yourself, and whatever underneath the metal seems to also bleed a little bit. And the armor turns red throughout the day, and it has an omega symbol on it for some reason. Not sure why. And you see, by the time nightfall arrives, you see Grandma Garnet pulls up out of the kitchen with a bunch of orange slices and some like cool, refreshing drinks that of your choice, whether it be water, ale, or even more potent brews, or an orange or some sort of fruit juice as well. All right, I think you guys can stop now. I think you're finally learning how to fight with one another. So I say it's time to take a break. What do you kids think you learned today?
I realized Moonin can take a lot of hits. That was damn. Moonin, that was good. Very tanky.
Uh, thank you. It's
You really
only
were a
because of
go-getter out
Moonin.
there.
I mean, you seem to have pretty quickly picked up on the I guess the construct's movements and abilities. So that was rather impressive. You should try to help or teach me that in the future if you can.
Oh yeah, just hang back a little bit sometimes, but not really. You probably shouldn't. But hang back, you know?
I'll give it a try.
And you there, Aldrich. Not too many people are able to dent that sort of metal guardian like that. You got some real power behind those swings. Good stuff.
Thank you.
And she pushes you over a very fine ale.
Yes. Tell me a drunk.
I'd also recommend if you guys want to, sort of heal up after this battle, get your wounds taken care of. I have a hot springs upstairs, kind of built in. You should enjoy it. And then after that, get some rest, because in the morning, well, I'm dropping you off and I'm heading further into the swamps down there. So,
I was reading in a book. There's this thing called a senzu bean. Do you have that by chance?
roll a D100.
3?
A 3 out of 100. Hell yeah.
I got the double zeros and a 3, so yeah.
You rolled a 300? She looks at you very quizzically and she just goes, "What's a bean?
You've never had a bean?
What's a bean? I guess
It's
I haven't had one, but I don't think so.
did they grow from the ground like a vegetable?
Vegetables aren't real."
They're very common in my. What? Are you sure? I know you've been alive a long time.
Pretty sure.
Well,
Fruits
if
are
you're pretty
real.
sure, then I'm gonna. I guess they're not real.
Yeah, talking about beans aren't real.
Yeah, Malloy, I'd like to find the One Punch Man gauntlets, so I can just one shot everything. Alright, Malloy, good talk.
Roll 2 D100s and get a 100 twice. You got it.
Damn, no. 94 and a 44.
That's crazy. But
About what time is it right now?
About this point, I'd probably say it's about 7:30, 8 o'clock, somewhere in there.
Okay.
Stars are coming out.
So what would you have done if I did roll 200s?
I would have had to have basically eaten my hat and been like, yep, those exist, and for some reason they're hanging up on the wall. If it's possible,
But they do 0 damage.
it's just an O. They just have to, it's power word kill as a fist item.
Yeah, like so many uses and they just disintegrate. Like
If you, it's like you gotta roll a D100, otherwise you also die.
Oh,
Sounds like fun.
Any particular food you guys would like? I can prepare some for you while you guys rest up in the hot springs.
yeah, some beans would be pretty good.
She looks at you with just disdain. I feel like you're just messing with me now, and it's kind of rude.
No, 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 no. I'm not. I'm not.
Do you have beans to prove that these things are real? Because I don't think they are.
I don't have any on me right now, but next time I go to my hometown, I'll get some beans and bring them to you.
Pretty convenient.
Hold up. I have minor illusion, some beans in my hand.
Why do you have rocks in your hand?
See, this is what they look like. Rocks.
Yeah, those are just rocks.
Um,
Those are just soft
well,
rocks. Those are the soft ground rocks.
yeah, they're called beans. You eat them.
You eat rocks?
If you call beans rocks, yes, I eat rocks.
I thought I was weird. Occasional human flesh just makes people go a little crazy, but these motherfuckers eating rocks.
I think the flesh may have gotten to you.
What flesh? What are you talking about?
Ah, I didn't say anything.
That's what I thought. So what do you want to eat for dinner?
Beans?
I can make you some rocks, I guess.
what does the area we're in right now like look like? Are we just kind of like outside in a swamp area, or are we like in her like
We're flying.
hut tent?
So
thing?
currently you guys are in her hut, which is floating above, or it's currently flying like southeast of
Shit, you're right.
Umesa. And like, so when you look at the window, moving slightly, but you can kind of see like open plains underneath with the occasional like tree lines and forest lines and paths between the cities as well.
Okay. What does she look like?
Crazy.
Like Baba Yaga.
She has long garnet colored hair, gnarled facial features, accented by a nice warming smile that reminds you of home. She's wearing a formal but practical attire of robes that have a scarlet and silver embroideries. She also has a green scaled silver winged serpent that is similar to like a scarf that is draped over her arm, her shoulders, and like part of her torso as well.
Is it alive?
Roll a perception check?
Alright, well I would like some bloodied lamb chops.
I can do.
14.
At first, you haven't seen this thing move like the entire time you've looked at her. However, when you look closely, wondering if it's alive, you happen to just like see it inhale and exhale a little bit, and you're like, no, that is definitely alive.
Interesting. Okay. While they're like kind of discussing and like going on about the beans and whatnot and trying to figure out food and such, I'm gonna pull out my like sketchbook and start sketching out like essentially her and this like scaled dragon thing around her neck, and kind of like do it in essentially doing a portrait of her talking to Taco's character and like about the beans and everything, and kind of start making like doing a picture of their scene.
And you see here in this beautiful artwork by Moon and Nightbringer named The Beans. Just imagine like it's being curated in a museum. You can go ahead and roll a sleight of handy. I believe that's what we've been rolling for it.
Yes.
Sleight of handy, huh?
23.
You get quite far. You get like the entire like background portions, all the main like the first sections of lines. You get the entire frame of the picture, including like all of the furniture and whatnot around them talking, and you get it in this perfect sort of way that it has this off sort of angle, but in a way that, like, kind of accents, like, the way that they're talking to one another and the presence of power between them. You can feel some people will study this for long periods of history.
Hey, yeah, that's kind of just what I work on for the next bit.
Any particular food for you?
Oh, no, I'm fine. I appreciate it though. Um, I just, you know, elves, we're not very peckish.
She looks at you and kind of like blinks. You know I can see through you, right?
I don't know what you're talking about, but she's just gonna kind of go back to drawing as if trying to end the conversation.
Moonin just really likes beans. That's what it is.
One bean shake coming up. And you, little one that wanted the bean. You still just want beans?
Yeah, I'll just take beans.
All right. You see, as she like happens to just grab a barrel of rocks.
Clearly not beans, I'd assume.
Clearly not beans. And she heads back to the kitchen. Now I have this ready when after you guys come back.
So I thought this lady wasn't crazy until she called beans rocks. She might be a little crazy, but a little crazy is a little crazy. What do y'all think?
I am already running towards the hot spring, throwing my clothes off and just cannonballing in. That's where I'm at.
He said, I'm over this shit. I hurt.
Um, well, I think that she's definitely an acquired taste, but I haven't picked up any hostility from her, so I think she's okay.
No, yeah, I said she's crazy. I didn't say she's bad. I think she's good, but just she needs to get some beans. You know what I mean?
What's wrong? What is up with you and Beans today?
I just really miss my home. Okay.
That's that's fair. That's fair. I mean, we can go see them. I'm sure once we're done with our current mission, and you can always speak to them at any point with your handy dandy bracer.
And I think I got hit very hard by that thing.
You did take a couple of decent hits, I will say that. Yes.
I might have permanent brain damage.
Um,
I have brain damage. I
it's
have brain damage.
it's nothing a hot springs can't fix.
I have brain damage.
See as your
Oh my
nose just
god.
bleeding a little
Just
bit.
bleeds.
Yeah, the Chronicles of Aegis, the Tea House, the Witch, and the Beans. That's the name of the episode.
And I will get in the hot springs, hopefully alleviating the brain damage.
As soon as the both of you, or as soon as, because you went up there first, Chris. So as soon as Eldridge kind of gets, do you just cannonball in, or you just like slowly toe into the water?
Oh no, I just jumped in, dude.
He did say he cannonballed in that motherfucker. He did.
Yeah. So
specifically
you
say
just straight up dive in, and you go like you're thinking that it's gonna be like kind of like not that deep and whatnot, but you could actually swim down for quite a while if you wanted. But it also isn't kind of like pulling you under. It's this beautiful, pristine, almost sparkling blue water. The room that you found it in as well almost has these motif within the painting of the walls that resembles like the brilliant night sky. And you see like a small little sign to the side that says "Blessed by the Summer Queen" in some fancy calligraphy. And as soon as you actually get in it, all of your wounds that were still open seal shut, and even some of the ones that had sealed shut from getting hurt earlier begin to repair themselves as well. You end up healing to full from being in this water. Doesn't give you a long rest, but it does heal you to full, so you'd still need to sleep hypothetically. The water is also this really nice temperature where it's not scaldingly hot, but just hot, sort of massages your muscles as soon as it makes contact with your skin as well.
Oh my god, that
So
sounds exhilarating.
it's a deep soak that you can feel like within your body and outside of it. Like even some broken bones even feel a little bit better.
Wow. So I feel like our Baldur's Gate characters when they wake up every morning.
Ah,
Ah.
Can I roll for the Queen of Summer or anything?
yeah,
I
that.
know anything?
Yeah.
History.
Give me, I
What you want?
guess I probably should have told you what kind of check. History or Arcana, I will accept. I'll give you slightly different information.
We will go Arcana. Rolled a 14, have plus 7, 21.
You know, from the stories that your parents told you of the Feywild, there's 4 different sections of the Feywild. Feywild kind of exists in almost a mirror version of the real world, but in sort of a more kaleidoscopic and magical of nature. It happens to be split into 4 separate sections dedicated by seasons. And the summer queen would be the queen of the summer, one of the 4 sections of the entire Fey realm. You don't have too much more knowledge because your parents really didn't know too much about them, but they did know of the existence of these beings known as Archfey.
Hell yeah. My parents were spring, right? I believe.
I believe so.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah, there's Spring. Archfey is the younger sister of the Summer Queen. Not as powerful, but still very full. You see that as Grandma comes out, while you're still... Did you go up and join them in the hot springs, Moonin, or were you still sitting and drawing?
No, she just sit there and be like painting and whatnot.
You see Grandma Garnet kind of walks out while you get the wafting aroma from the kitchen of like her preparing the food and whatnot, and you see that she brings out a cup, like a finely, like almost a martini glass full of a red liquid, and she brings it over to you, a nice little garnish. Here you go. Thought you might like this. And just drops it off and walks back, or starts to.
What is this? Am I like immediately able to kind of tell what it is?
Yes.
Okay, I figured.
You very much know that this is blood.
Wine.
And blood of some
Yeah,
sort of
wine.
Yeah. Some sort of
It's a
blood
Bloody
wine, you
Mary.
would presume.
They call it Bloody Mary.
Honestly.
God, fucking tomato juice and alcohol is fucking gross.
That is vile. It's truly vile. And sometimes people add tobacco sauce, so it's spicy too.
Yeah, it's fucking gross. That's all I gotta say.
She would kind of just let it sit there for a bit and try to ignore it. And when she feels that Granny Garnet has kind of moved away and isn't really paying attention, she would take very quick sips here and there out of it.
As soon as you feel it touch your lips, you get that wonderful feeling of rejuvenation inside your body that you haven't felt in a while, and you just immediately start to feel better. Some of your wounds even like heal up within seconds, because you got beaten down pretty bad during those fights, and you're just like, holy shit. But you get this weird taste of mixture of like obviously the coppery taste of blood, but you also have like some sweet flavors in it as well to kind of balance it out, and it gives you this weird mix of flavors, but it comes off as a very refreshing taste to your mouth.
My like feathers would kind of like fluff some at that like the first couple tastes and like registering how sweet it is. I am curious. Does this count as like a full blood injection, or is this like watered down for it?
So if you drink the entire drink of it, it will count as like a feeding for you.
Okay. Yeah, she just kind of sit there, and while she draws, she'd try and do it whenever she's not looking. You know, still registering the cup's gonna slowly get like, you know, more and more empty, but she would also be trying to kind of have it like empty.
You are cutting off.
Okay, have y'all been cutting off, or is it just my internet? I'm
It
just
has
double
been
checking.
Malloy
Okay,
and
okay.
Sheldon.
Okay, I'm
Oh,
just
we've
double
both
checking.
been cutting off?
You've been a little bit, yeah.
Oh shit.
That any better?
I mean, I don't know. That didn't do it right then, but
Okay.
it was
Like she kind of takes sips here and there while trying to, you know, not do it directly in front of Granny Garnet. And then she'd try and finish it before the others get back.
You attempt to do so. You do see that every now and again she does look up and just kind of gives you a knowing look. And she just kind of looks at you and she goes, I don't judge, you know. I'm a hag.
Um,
I understand there's various different ways of becoming various different things.
is it a magical inclination that gave me away, or is it something that I physically present?
Your teeth are a little longer, but most people could chalk that up to you just being, possibly bird-like. She says in like quotation marks. But grandmas just know.
I appreciate your your hospitality, and I appreciate you not making it apparent to my traveling companions.
Problem. But you probably should tell them at some point. Better for them to know from you than from someone else.
Uh,
And if I thought you were a bad person, don't worry. You wouldn't have made it very far. And she kind of pats the lizard, or the winged serpent that's around her, and you see it opens one eye to look at you, and then just closes it back.
what is that?
Have you heard of a koala?
I have not. Would you elaborate? What is it? Is it from this area or is it from another?
Oh no, that's So you remember how I told you we are? I come from a group that fights against planar invasions and such, right?
Yes.
Well, there's good things in the planar world as well. These winged serpents right here, like this little guy, and she kind of scratches underneath its chin, are more associated with good spirits from other planes. Uh, Weirdly enough, celestials more often than not, sort of angels and whatnot. They're pretty cute, pretty nice, and they don't tolerate evil whatsoever. They kind of have like a sensory sort of thing of they can just straight detect if you're good or bad. So as soon as you walked in here, you were within range. I know if you're good or bad as soon as I see you.
I see.
Both of us are pretty good judges of character.
Is
And she just gives you a very warm smile.
it is there are they abundant? Could anybody have one as a companion, or are is there a place I might be able to get one or procure one for myself?
I mean, probably. I personally got mine because a bunch of angels were trying to kill a bunch of people for some divine reason or another, and we had to stop them. But these guys ended up kind of coming through the rift at the same time, and they just kind of got lost here. And some of them stayed, some of them just didn't know what to do and just kind of flew away. This one, well, we bonded. We both got stuck somewhere, and well, we're attached at the hip or shoulder, so to say. You might be able to find them if you travel around different planes, or and she kind of closes what the ear holes on the winged serpent would be. Or black market tears might be able to help you as well, depending. And just like lets her hand off.
I will definitely have to check that out. Would it be willing to let me draw it?
You see as it opens its eyes. Sure, if you'd like, you can draw me. And it kind of like flutters its wings and kind of like comes off of her. Where would you
Wait,
like me to be?
Oh God, it's speaking.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. You speak. Um.
Yeah, we're quite intelligent.
Oh.
At least that's what my mom tells me.
Do you have a name?
Sure, I do. But you can call me Jeff.
Jeff. Okay. Give me a second.
By chance of Jeff Hardy. Ting.
Just you hear the fucking ding of like a pen drop. Crickets.
She flipped to like a new fresh page in her like little sketchbook thing that she was working on, and just kind of like motion her hand just throughout the room, be like, "Where? Position yourself. I'll try
The
and do this
cutting off.
quickly." No.
We got where, and then it just froze.
Okay. Wherever you'd like to sit, or however you'd like to pose.
Oh, maybe I should find something that makes me look strong. And you see as it kind of like attempts to sort of, it still keeps its like wings afloat, and it turns its leg, or not its leg because it's a serpent, its like whole like body and tail, and tries to flex it like an arm. Don't I like big and strong?
Yes, you do. I can also add to that and kind of fix it in post, I'll say.
Okay, so I understand. Get in a different position. You see as it goes to like the bottom of the banister and just coils up almost like a way like a gargoyle would, and sort of like springs out a little bit from it. So it's sort of almost straight up from the banister, but in a spiral, still kind of floating a little bit. How about this? I think I can hold it here for a little bit.
Looks great. I'll get started right away, and she'll just kind of sit somewhat near it and just start sketching the hell out of it as somewhat quickly. Like she's gonna take some liberty and kind of like essentially background into like more or less a big like open space area kind of thing for it, and just kind of basically give the background a flavor and such, and make it look strong and like elegant and real as she can.
I got most of that, but I got enough to hear you say you want to try and make it strong and elegant in like a different area.
Yeah, like regal and everything. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You proceed to try and do so. Roll me a sleight of hand.
21.
Yes, another 20. I don't remember if you got 21 on the first one or it was 22, but you got a good 2 good over 20 rolls on that. And you sketch out this one perfectly. You get nice design flavors for it, really accenting the strengths and beauty of this weird winged serpent creature that you learned is called a coatl. Uh, the eyes and whatnot, you get just perfect detail and almost put little stars in its eyes to give it an even more angelic beauty, almost a halo of light going into them as well. You get pretty far and do pretty well with that one.
Hell yeah.
I don't know how much longer I can hold here as it like kind of flaps its wings.
I like finish the outside like lining of its body, and then like, all right, you're fine. I take it from there.
Oh, okay. Ooh, ah,
Would you like to see what I currently have?
ooh, yeah, absolutely.
All right, and so then I'll send you this more or less is like a thing I was thinking. Good job. Just like instead of it being like that, I've kind of put like essentially stars and shit in the wings and all that. Good job. Good
Oh, dope.
It eats your soul.
job. I hate it.
I don't think I do that. Unless you're bad, then maybe.
But I appreciate you for letting me sketch you, Jeff.
Anytime. I'm always happy to help good people. And it sort of like coils itself around your face a little bit. You see Grammy Garnet goes, he's trying to hug you. He doesn't quite get it yet.
I'll gently pat like the back of his scales or whatever.
Hey. And you see as he kind of, after giving you a hug, Jeff flies back to Grammy Garnet. All right, I'm going to go take a nap now. I switched into the wrong voice. The Quaddle says he's going to take a nap.
Hmm.
And coils back up around her on the shoulder. Whew, that was tough. Being a beautiful model. And you see about this time you kind of hear a little ding of her bell, which you just kind of hear not a yell, but very like as if she were in the same room as the hot springs as you guys, just coming from like some sort of hole in like either in the corner basically, and just here, food is ready. Come down when you get a chance. It's nice and delicious.
I guess I will head down to eat some rocks.
The two of you come down.
Wait, what? I didn't agree to that.
Oh, my bad. I assumed you wanted food that you ordered.
No. I'm gonna stay in the hot springs for a bit and drink.
I'm gonna stay in here forever.
Shift. Wash my fur and just vibe, and then I'll go get food.
You shift. The water immediately turns just gross.
Oh.
Honestly, fucking blood everywhere. Okay, I'm done.
You come down and you get the wafting aroma of the food she had cooked, and it smells delicious. You don't understand, but she pulled out rocks from that barrel, and you see nicely prepared beans in like a couple different ways. You see like crushed almost like and smushed up like like refried beans almost sort of thing in one thing. You see a nice lima bean palette in another, like basically like succotash with corn mixed in, and she also has a nice stir fry as well with, or not a stir fry, but a nice chili. Uh, so I got your rocks. I think
Oh, yeah, thank you.
they'll knock your socks off.
I stab him with a fork real quick. Just to,
They go through nice and juicy and moist.
hell yeah. I get some chili.
It's a little crunchy. I'm just kidding.
Oh, hell
Break your
yeah.
teeth.
Mm.
No, you taste it, you get a nice concoction of flavors that you just immediately warms you even more than the springs did, and you're just like, "Oh my god, how long has it been since I had like a home cooked meal?" And you realize it's honestly been a little bit considering how stressed out when you were back home your mom was trying to keep your dad not occupied but like keep him company. So you just kind of bathe in that
Yeah.
wonderful glory of the home cooked meal.
Damn, making me hungry.
Now, when you guys get to the capital, if you manage to make it to the upper ring, yeah, you should probably check out the mages school there. Might be a nice place for you guys to learn a couple extra things. I know you back there, and like points to Moonin. You like to kind of mix your sword and magic a little bit. There's a school of magic that definitely deals with that. Or school of teaching anyway. And you, Aegis, well, you could probably learn any spell you wanted there.
Do you mean that? Any?
I mean, you're quite talented. I mean, as long as you're competent enough, I don't see why not.
Do they let you do it for free?
I mean, generally you gotta take a couple tests and whatnot.
No money though?
I think they have some sort of fee and whatnot. I never had to do too much with the wizardy training there because just kind of sparkles
Yeah.
come out of her hand. Being a hag, but
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think it's all that expensive. At least I would assume not, unless all wizards are rich. Because holy crap, there's generally a lot of wizards.
I think wizards are rich, but I don't really know. At least they're rich in knowledge.
Slap. Yep, you're right about that.
Yeah. Slaps knee. But yeah, so how do you get to the upper ring?
The city of Valorane is a ringed city. So you have an outer section, the lower section, the high section, and then the actual castle itself. But basically, there's just a big portcullis, which is like one of those giant metal gate areas that's being held by guards around a wall. Make sure you can go in and out. Uh, Depending on activity, they generally have those pretty well open. You kind of just travel to
Oh,
and forth the gates. The only one you really can't get through is the
castle,
Aster
right?
Gate towards the capital or the actual castle.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so we can just get to the upper. We don't have to. Okay.
I haven't been there in a while, but I don't see why not.
I've never been to the capital.
Well, then you're in for a fun treat. There's tons of people there, tons of different shops. Shoot, magical gear. You need weapons, armor, whatever you need. Basically, I guarantee you can find it there. They have worse ones, not as high quality ones. I should say to be nice on the outer side, but the lower side has some pretty good ones. The real hoity-toity expensive ones you can find in the upper spots.
I got a feeling if we want those, we may have to do a little steal.
Ah, don't say that too loudly now.
The snake wakes up.
Well, it's not bad, right? Just taking something for the greater good, right?
You see the lizard kind of looks at you. Well, it is all contextual, so I guess it depends.
They're upcharging probably an arm and a leg, aren't they?
I mean, it really comes down. If you steal from a bad guy, is it a bad thing?
See, that's what I'm saying. See, you understand.
There's gray areas. And you see it looks very seriously at you for a second. But if you fuck up, I will fuck you up.
Oh,
But that's okay. You guys seem like good people.
just how many fuck ups do you get? we talking like 1 and it's game over, 2 and it's like, okay, do it again, you're dead, or is it like a 3-strike system?
Closer to, it depends on how evil the deed is.
Okay.
If you really think about it, I think that might be the best way of putting it. Because, like, anyone can make mistakes, and that's not bad necessarily. But if you do something that is truly heinous, well, that'll taint your soul forever. And then it's fine.
Well, I think I like my soul.
People do. Life without them's not that great.
Yeah.
But such is the punishment.
Okay. I scoop my chair.
Just awkwardly scooted a few inches away and be like, I'm gonna eat over here. Eats at the furthest table away.
Wait, there's multiple tables.
It's a small little tea house. It's got like 4 or 5 table setups.
Oh wait, it's a tea house. You're right. You're right. I remember.
And then the actual like
Fucking-
bar area as well.
Yo, Blaze, you got that thing, right?
Blaze looks at you and just makes a sort of negative confirmation
Mhm.
and just shakes its head. Just no. Not a
You have
chance.
brain damage too, so that's a yes.
Blaze kind of nudges at you and like points up to the hot springs. Do you need to go back up there? Because like,
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Well, at that moment, I come down the stairs after bathing in the hot springs, all refreshed, and I will eat my lamb chop.
shakes like a dog to get all the water off.
Honestly,
You take your first.
yeah, I wouldn't go up there. It's kind of dirty.
Don't worry, it cleans every so often. The wonders of it being blessed. It's also always hot, even in the coldest reaches.
So, how much have you been to the Feywild?
Not a whole lot. Enough that I've met a few people, collected a couple gifts, you know.
Yeah, because my parents are actually from the Feywild.
Really,
Yeah,
that's nice.
I guess my dad's actually kind of important, but that's a story for another time.
Through the Fey realm.
Huh?
Do you know which part of the Fey realm they were from?
Spring, I believe.
I spent most of my time either in the winter or the summer. The ones I know the most about. Although there is a lot of similarity between the spring and summer. It's more of like a less mild version.
Yeah.
Definitely a fun time to party out there, I can tell you that much. You see Jeff goes, yeah, you're right. It is the party out there.
Yeah, I wanna go. I definitely wanna see the Fey realm. Hopefully before the silver mask gets there.
You see the mention of him again. She goes, and that's why we're on our mission. We gotta get those keys before that guy can. Find those gates. All that good shit. And we can do this. Especially with good new recruits like you three. And if whoever would, I guess, because the food would be at the bar, she kind of pats the two of you on the head that had actually ordered food. Gives you some nice grandmotherly head pats.
Oh, Luna, what are you eating? You want some wine?
Oh, I've already eaten. I appreciate it though.
Okay. What'd you have? Because this stuff looks very good.
Oh, she made me just a quick like little salad thing. You know elves, we don't eat too much.
Yeah, that's true.
But yours looks delicious. You should definitely enjoy it.
Okay, thank you. I will. If you want some, just grab some.
Oh, I think I'll be fine. Was the hot springs was that good?
It was delightful. I think
Amazing.
I'm better now.
I think while you guys do yours, I'll go in and check out the hot springs myself. She'd kind of like gather her stuff and kind of put it away, and then go and check the hot springs.
Yeah, you head up there, and you prepare to get in it. I assume taking off most of your clothes.
Yeah, yeah.
And I say it that way because upon doing, you realize one of your articles of clothing won't come off,
Um,
no matter how hard you try. That red
yeah,
cape,
I try pretty hard.
uh, your body feels unable to remove it from your own body. Like you are just pulling effectively. It feels almost grafted to your skin.
I would panic. And I guess I'd spend time trying to figure out what's going on with it, whether it be like Arcana, like trying to like figure that out, or just attempting to pull it off more, however it works.
Yeah, roll me an Arcana check and see if you can figure out what's going on there.
Ba-ba. Gonna pull up. Thank you. Whew. Yeah, I don't. 10.
You keep pulling at it and trying to figure out and trying to look at different angles to figure out just what's going on here. Is it clipped at is it stuck on your wings? Is it stuck is there do you somehow get glue on you or something? Because every time you pull it, you feel like it pulling at your actual skin and feathers. And you can't figure out why. You just can't.
Um,
And it's still just stuck on there.
I would put whatever I had taken off back on because I'm assuming it wouldn't have gotten very far if it's the jacket.
So it's weird. You can take off your other stuff, it just stays on.
Got you. Well, then, yeah, I'd put back everything else and make my way back to the little cabin thing and see if the people are still up and about and whatnot. And I'd go to the granny and be like, you're a bit more magically inclined than I am. What's happening?
What do you mean?
I can't take this off.
Would I hear this? I think I'd be close enough.
I would
Yeah,
assume.
unless you've gone to bed, you should
No.
still be around.
No. Let me roll an Arcana check. Right?
Yeah, you can do that. As Grandma Garnet also
Nat 20?
looks at you quizzically. You said another
27?
nat 20.
Yep. 27?
This is a cursed magic item, and it is stuck to him. And the nature of this specific curse, you're not 100% on. However, you do know that there has to be conditions, very specific conditions met in order to remove it.
Moonin, it's you put on a cursed item. And to take it off, I'm not exactly sure, but certain conditions have to be met. I don't think I can take it off.
well,
And with that nat 20, you also figure out one more thing. The more it gets pulled on, the more the sort of bestial face that's on the back of it seems to become more and more realistic looking.
I don't think you should pull on it anymore also. The face on the back is getting more realistic every time you do, so
What the hell am I supposed to take it off then? What am I supposed to do?
I don't know. I don't know, but you can't pull it. It doesn't come off
What?
normally.
At this point, her wings and such would kind of just be all kinds of poofed up, and she's not okay. Well, you're the magic man. How am I supposed to get rid of it?
I don't know.
I
I don't just know everything about cursed items. I'm sorry.
Well, can you tell me what it does?
I cannot.
I'm gonna scream. Um,
Thinking about we probably shouldn't have gone in there and just put random stuff on from the silver face,
but it looks so cool.
I agree, but hindsight 2020, it didn't make sense.
But what if you had do you have a spell or something that removes a curse?
No.
See, Grandma Garnet
I can
looks up,
hold
she just
you.
goes, I don't have that spell, but I can at least identify to see what it does.
I suppose anything at this point is better than not knowing.
I can hold you.
Well, I need you to. I can hold you, Sheldon. I can hold you tightly.
Honestly,
Old
I
person.
need you to
my
stand
drunk self
still
tried
real
to pull it
quick
off.
as I investigate this. And she is going to cast Identify, and she's going to inform you. This cloak is made out of a cured hellhound hide. It seems that you can let the beast out, so to say, for up to an hour, in which case you and its form kind of become one. You can revert back, but it is cursed. Luckily, it can be broken with a remove curse spell if you have that. So at least that breaks. And that there's definitely a living entity within it.
Okay, when we get to the capital, Moon, I can see if I can find a scroll to learn the spell, and then I can see if I can help you.
It's either that or we have to go to a fucking church, and I'm not going to a goddamn church.
Okay, well, I'll see what I can do when we get to the capital. I'll see if I
See,
can
Grandma
figure it
Garnet
out.
looks at you and just goes like, and you kind of just see the look on her face of, yeah, I would imagine not.
She just kind of sits back where she had been and is like, pulls out her sketchbook, and you can tell she's like half-ass sketching shit, but none of it is actually important. She's just annoyed and
Scribble
trying to do
scrabbled.
something. Yeah. All of it's, I'm assuming, pretty good. I'll roll for like whatever she
Yeah,
draws, but
yeah, of course. Moon, don't worry, we can get it off you. We just gotta get to the capital first. I'm sure I can learn it.
yeah, even her drawing is not as great as usually. I got a 10 total.
Yeah, you were just scribbling.
So, what level is remove curse?
I think it's only like a level 3.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
so
a level
yeah,
3.
okay.
Yes, I believe it's level 3.
Now that you guys have had this revelation, feel free to get some rest. I do have a couple of sleeping spots. There's a couple couches around. I might have an extra bed I could pull out.
I think we'll be okay on a couch. I'll just go grab a couch.
All right. I'm gonna clean up here, and then you kiddos do what you need to do. Free reign of the place. I've got a little bit of business to attend to and making a couple of things, but after that, I'm going to sleep. I'm tired in my old age.
Well, you have a great night.
No kiddos. And see as she heads to another room and closes the door behind her. You hear some music start to play.
My Arcana rolls crazy.
Huh?
I said my Arcana rolls crazy.
2 nat
Hell yeah.
20s? Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And was there anything you guys would like to do before you guys go to bed for the night?
Moonin does not go to bed. She just kind of stays up and like eventually starts actually working more on either Quaddle. At some point,
Hold on, Sheldon. Just go back. Go back. Go back. I didn't even realize you were talking. That's how bad it was doing
Oh,
it.
God damn it. I don't know what its issue is, because it's fine half the time, and then it'll just randomly do it.
It's funny because you're like talking about it and it's working fine.
It's some
I
bullshit.
think it's after long periods of time it cuts
I don't
out.
think it likes you talking in third person.
I don't know, because like Gara uses it all the time to play games too, and it never really does it for except every so often. But I don't know. But she would not go to bed. She'd stay up at some point and either switch.
She'd switch what?
Yeah.
Either switching to the Coldal picture or the one of the hag and Taco's character.
Well, I'm passed out at the bar, in case you're wondering.
Picture of the Quaddle or the grandma speaking to Aegis. I got that. Oh yeah, no, you feel free to do so. I assume, are you going to transfer the trance at some point tonight?
I mean, well, that her doing like the drawing of light activity.
Oh yeah. I forgot.
Yeah.
Because Dampier, you don't technically have to trance.
Yeah, so that's what she'd be doing, and then at some point, is that door unlocked that she went?
Like the bedroom she went to work, or the one where she got the drink and food from.
The both?
They're different rooms. If you go and check, Her bedroom is locked, but the food and drink is not.
Okay. She'd go outside, and is there any windows or anything that go to her bedroom on the outside?
You are flying, like this tea house is flying and moving currently, but I know you
Doesn't
also have
matter.
wings. Yeah. There is a window.
Okay. I'm gonna attach myself to the side of the house because I can do that too,
God, I forgot
and
you could
just kind
fly
of
and
like
climb.
upside down spider climb to like look what she's doing in this room.
You're horrifying. God, you just creepily crawl across the side of this building as it's flying through the air. And you kind of try to peek into the window and roll me a stealth and a perception check
Okay.
in that order.
16 for the stealth.
Don't like
This is
that.
about this is about to end well.
And 13 for perception.
It's about to end very well. At least he gets jump scared.
Oh, wait, say that last one again. I was reading something.
13 for the perception.
Oh, you kind of like creep crawl across the windows of the other rooms and part of the other building. You get to the one that you assume is the correct one to outside of her bedroom. And you did some pretty simple math to get there and it checks out. But when you go to look in, you kind of can only really see darkness until like the moon goes just right. And then you just see two eyes peering back at you immediately at the window, literally right like as if forehead to forehead with you.
Oh my god.
Is it her eyes or is it the little Kotzel eyes, or do I not even recognize?
They are two pinpricks of glowing red motes of light. You're not sure whose they are.
We're gonna maintain eye contact for a couple seconds, and then I'm gonna slowly spider crawl backwards.
You proceed to do so. The window does not seem to open, and nothing seems to happen immediately, at least.
Okay.
Terrifying.
Do you go back inside?
How big is this tea house thing?
It's probably like a good 20 by 20 space on the outside, but it is bigger inside because magic.
So it's TARDIS. I got you.
Yeah.
So I'm going to climb up to one of the top windows and see if it's open. And then we're going to climb back inside the house if it is open. And if not, we'll just make our way back inside the house. And then I'm just going to spend like pretty much the rest of the night just kind of exploring, seeing if I odd or weird.
Yeah, you crawl.
And then I am at some point going to go back to
Oh god.
You're going to go back to what?
the food one and get another glass.
Oh, okay. You crawl back in, and before you begin exploring around looking for anything odd, you do know that you come in kind of like at the sort of hallway behind or near the hot springs, and you just kind of pop in, and you go to slowly close the window and turn around, and you were face to face with the Coatl, who has the glowing red eyes at you, and just goes, "So what you doing, buddy?"
Oh, I'm just, exploring the house. What are you doing?
Roll a deception check.
It's not really deception.
Unless you roll a nat 1, it doesn't matter. Because I rolled a 2.
I got 8 total.
I'm just making sure it doesn't have any proficiencies. I got a 7 total because the wisdom's a +5. But yeah,
Hey,
it kind of looks at you and just like, oh, if you say so, and just blinks and the red eyes are on. But don't go crawling around the house again. It's not safe for you.
Oh, that well, I had knocked but never got a response, so I was just wondering if she was asleep. I didn't mean to interrupt or impose or anything.
Yeah, no, Grammy's sleeping.
Um,
That means I'm awake.
I was curious since you're here. I guess I can ask you as well. Are you like are you some sort of like magically inclined being, or like are you what would your origins be?
Celestial?
Oh,
And yeah, I have some innate magic.
would you be interested in donating to a charity that I've been running?
Donation, because that sounds like a good thing.
Oh, it is. It is. It's for a very good cause.
I'd like to help. What can I
I
help you out
just
with?
the I would you be willing to part ways with a small amount of your life essence?
It squints its serpentine eyes at you. Roll a persuasion or deception of your choice.
Hey. Nope, we're going with the other one. The other one's been fucking me up. Hey, I'll take that. That's a good roll. Which one's better? It literally doesn't matter. Non-natural 20.
Damn, I got higher this time, but I only got a 16. Uh, that sounds like a good thing. Yeah, I don't see why not.
Oh,
I do have like kind of a loose scale down towards the bottom. If you want to get from there,
really?
honestly
Oh,
probably a good spot.
Do your scales regrow?
Honestly, I don't know.
Well, I was gonna say, if you'd like, I could remove the old scale so the new one has an easier time growing.
It's worth a shot. Go ahead.
All right.
But if it hurts too bad,
Yeah.
I might hit you.
You know what? That is fair.
I'm going to do.
Do-do-do, do-do-do-do.
My goodness gracious! How do you get away with this? What are these rolls?
I
You
don't
just
know.
roll well enough sometimes, and I roll bad enough. It's just how it goes.
I'm going to. Oh, I do have literally one. I'm going to take the small vial that I have, and I will remove. I will first try to gently and like kindly remove this loose scale he has, and if he lets me keep it, I don't know if I need to roll or anything to like.
Yeah, he'll likely let you keep it, but roll me either an attack or a sleight of hand.
Okay.
Tell me which one you're doing ahead of time.
I'm going to assume that it's fine. I'm doing sleight of hand. I rolled 13 base and then I add 7.
Yeah, you manage to get that off, and you see a little blood also kind of oozes out of where the wound is, and you see he kind of like twitches a little bit, and you see him tense up. But Jeff looks back and he
I'm
just
sorry.
goes, it's okay. That's how it goes sometimes. It didn't hurt too bad. I'm a big strong twaddle.
I'm glad. Well, hopefully the new scale will grow in faster for you. Now this next part, this next part might sting a little bit, and she pulls out a small, essentially dagger. I have to pierce you slightly. Is that okay?
I get, yeah.
All right, and I will kind of just prick enough to kind of get.
Yeah, you stab the dagger into the same spot that you pulled the scale from, and because it's a nice little spot of exposed flesh, it tense up again. Roll me a persuasion check real quick.
Fuck. Okay. Oh fuck yeah, nat crit.
Damn,
21 total.
fuck you.
It's my only crit today.
So depending on what you got, he was gonna bite you, and it has a poison, which I don't know if you can be poisoned or not, but poison can just knock you unconscious. So it would have been a really funny thing to happen.
Shit, that'd have been real bad.
Right? Like you don't die. You don't lose
Yeah,
your
no,
HP.
no,
You
but it's
just
funny, though.
you're just asleep for an hour. Or no, for 24 hours. Unless someone wakes you up.
Hell yeah.
But that does not happen with your nat crit. You kind of just you get in such a way that you see him tense up a little bit, but he doesn't even seem to notice the dagger go in as the blood kind of comes out to fill the vial you have.
Hells yeah.
You finish, you cork it up, and he's just like, "So when are you gonna do it?" And he's kind of just like tense, waiting for you.
I will even be kind, and I will take some. I'll rip a small piece of the clothes that I'm wearing, like the blouse or whatever, and then I will like essentially make him like a makeshift bandage and kind of add. Like I'm already done.
That wasn't hard at all. Charity's so good. And
It really is. You are. I can't thank you enough.
and now I have a cool bracelet too. Look at me.
Yes, and if you don't mind, and I'll hold up his little. May I keep a token of our
Token of our what?
friendship?
Oh, this thing.
I don't see why not. Finders keepers, right?
And she'll pocket that and give like a slight little like curtsy and be like, I appreciate your time, and you explore the house too much longer. I'll head I guess back to the kitchen or the living area, and I'll finish the drawing I made of you.
Lee. Yeah, you should probably get back to that and don't explore too much. It could be dangerous.
And I'll just kind of like I said, give another little like slight curtsy and nod, and I'll explore like two more rooms, just kind of opening the door and seeing what's in them, and then I'll make more and work on the total picture.
You find within two of the rooms, you check like one upstairs and one downstairs. One of them is basically like a towel closet that has like towels of every color you can imagine. And I mean
Oh,
like
really?
not
Hold
just
on.
the Roy G. Biv, but like every color.
I take a purple one.
Feel free to put yourself a fine silken purple towel.
Oh fuck yeah! And I put it in my bag of holding.
And then in the one downstairs, you just find a room full of barrels. There's probably about 10 of them in this room. Each of them with a lid off, and they all contain rocks.
Like actual rocks.
Actual rocks.
No kobolds?
This is this is an odd room.
And a couple of teeth in one of them.
I can't take a mental note of this room being full in teeth barrels, and I'll move back to the living room and start working on the cold soul picture. I'm gonna try and get it done before
Before what?
We leave.
everyone gets up.
Oh. So you keep working on that, and you work deftly on it throughout the night, even getting the painting portion of it done as well. And you have a
20 total for the roll.
you have a very beautiful portrait of the Coatl by the end of the day or end of the night.
Oh, what color is its scales?
Its scales are sort of this I believe it's let me just double check my description.
Just so I can put that in here.
Yeah, you're good. Green scales, sort of like a silverish green.
Okay.
I guess the word would be like
Then in
pearlescent.
my in it's basically the drawing is essentially like basically going to be like charcoal and like just kind of sketched out, but then as like accents I'm going to use I guess a small amount of like the green paints that I have, because I have like a box of paints, and then I
Yeah.
will use a little bit of the I guess the purple and gold flecked paint that I got at the casino.
Ooh.
And we'll do like small little highlights as like the stars and like little hints of the scales throughout the picture.
I like it.
And
You
yeah,
find yourself with a very beautiful portrait of these almost nebulous colors surrounding this Coatl, and it definitely looks imposing and yet beautiful at the same time. Aegis,
Yes.
during your trance, you start having another one of those like memories of not your own memory, but of someone else's. You see, once again, you find yourself kind of almost peering into a memory of your uncle's. You see, like he's prepping himself to like getting all prepared for what looks like some sort of fancy event, and he's checking himself out in the mirror, making sure his outfit's all good, his bow tie is good. You can't tell if this is like a party or a wedding he's prepping for, but he looks very dressed up. Uh, and a weird occurrence happens with this. It kind of freeze frames for a few seconds and like glitches out almost and restarts from like 10 seconds prior. So you see like it just completely glitches back and you see him going through the exact same motions again, checking himself out in the mirror, adjusting the bow tie. And as his hands start going down from adjusting the bow tie, he just completely freezes in place in like the mirror and in real and like and the real space, because like you are seeing it from the eyes of your uncle. So you're looking at yourself through this mirror, and just the entirety of color fades out of the entire uh like memory for a second there. And you see the uncle that you see in the mirror starts moving a little bit, but not and like not reflecting in the movements of you, the memory. You just hear and you just see the mirror versions just go, "Save him." And it glitches a little bit. "Please." And you hear just like some indecipherable words between, but what you get out is, "Please, Aegis. Sewers. Say him, Aegis." And then the memory returns to color, and you once again see the mirror reflection of your uncle line back up with the real life version of him, and he just goes back to preparing for a party. And you see uh your other uncle Aegis, who you're named for, kind of comes from the corner and is just like, "Come on, man, you're looking great. We got this, man." And you see as the two of them kind of walk off and the memory fades, and you wake up at the end of your.
I assume sweating a little bit. That's just shit like that.
Yeah, I would assume as well, because that was a very odd thing. You've never had it freeze and lose all color momentarily. And Eldridge, you find yourself actually having pretty nice dreams for first time in a very long time, and you wake up extremely well rested.
Dope. Wow. That was a interesting night.
Oh, yeah.
What's wrong, Aegis?
Um, well, I usually see stuff in my dreams. When I trance, I usually see visions of my past. This time, who's all here right now?
I'd assume the three of you. If you
I
want to
mean,
talk to everyone, you could easily get to him as well downstairs, or Moonin
yeah,
downstairs.
yeah, I want to talk to everybody. So, we know when we trance, we see visions of the past. Usually it's nothing clear. I was watching my uncle get ready for some kind of gathering, but as he was adjusting his bow tie, all the light got taken out of the picture, and all I heard was, "Save him, Aegis, the sewers. Save him." I've never seen that before. Ever. It was like someone was communicating with me. Like, I literally watched the color get drained out of everything, and then someone was talking to me to save him.
Did you recognize the city or anything like that from your dream?
It was just my uncle in the mirror.
Where does your uncle live?
There's nothing. Well, one of them is gone. The other one's in the city we're going to.
So, could it possibly be that your uncle's been captured or is stuck somewhere within the sewers of the city we're going to?
I think so, but I also think it's a really big city, so I don't know where to start.
My other
I think I'm gonna ask Grandma if she knows anything.
my other concern, if I might be able to voice it, is that we've had this issue before in the past of the silver-faced man communicating with us in dreams before, and it was a trap the last time. Do you think it could be the same situation?
No, I don't think he's ever gotten in my head before.
No, but he's gotten to me, if you recall.
Yeah, but he has a special connection to you.
True.
I don't think he can get in mine. I'm not
But
100%.
didn't he also connect to you through your father the first time he captured him?
I don't think so. Did he?
Are you asking God, or are you asking if you, the character, remember?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask God. I don't, me the person, remember.
I
Okay.
also don't. That's why I was asking both
No,
in
fair.
character.
I just wanted to make sure. You
You
do not believe you do not think that he has been able to make a connection to you. This seems different.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I was like, I don't think I think he's only ever contacted you. I don't think he's ever contacted me. So I don't think the silver faced fuck ass has anything to do with this. I not really sure what it is. I almost have to investigate it when we get there because I have never seen anything like this before.
Would you have said this with Grammy Garnet around?
Absolutely.
Well, who's your uncle?
Do you know the great hero Aegis?
Yes, that would make sense that that would be your uncle then if you're named that. Thought it was
Yeah,
kind of weird,
yeah, that's
but
my uncle.
oh, uh, well, last I heard, he's kind of leading the royal guard currently.
I don't think he's doing that right now. I've heard he's been very bad recently. Like he's not doing very well since my uncle died. I've heard he's just been sitting around in the bars basically from their kind of adopted son, so I was actually gonna go here to talk to him about stuff.
I think you guys have somewhat of a plan to do once I drop you off, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh, we only have a couple more hours, so you don't have to worry too much. Is there anything I can get to maybe help you out in the meantime?
Do you know like uh, good entrances to the sewers where we should go maybe to investigate this?
I mean, when in doubt with the sewers, there's a well, you can always look for any sort of manhole covers in the city once you get in, or you can look for any sort of waterways that are coming out of the city around it. It'll probably be grosser if you do that second way, but it's going to be gross regardless if you're going to the sewers.
I know. But I have to investigate this. I've never had this happen. It was almost like maybe my uncle was trying to get me to save him. I don't know. It was disturbing. I've never seen just the color be drained out of anything before.
That is quite strange. I hope it works out for you, though. That's a new one in my book, but I'm definitely going to write that down.
Yeah, so I think we have a mission to do. Are y'all okay with investigating this? I know it's just something I saw in my dreams, but I have to go check.
I don't have any issue with pursuing this dream of yours. I
Okay.
just my only concern is that it could be some sort of trap. So we need to keep at least yeah, just keep our guards up when we get there.
I agree with Moonin.
To the sewers
Yeah,
then.
it could also benefit you if you're already going down the sewers. Deep within the sewers is a kind of almost their own second city. They call it the Warrens. It's where part of the Thieves Guild helps run a lot of stuff. You might be able to find Plague Fang down there. He's the leader of the Thieves Guild, as I told you yesterday.
Uh-huh.
Might be able to lend you guys a hand, at least with the bounty problem, and maybe if he has any information on what might be going down in the sewers, he might be able to tell you something.
Okay. So that's
But
our lead.
yeah, who knows? Who knows what you might find down there?
Hopefully we find my uncle and he's okay. Or hopefully he's just above ground and this means nothing. Let's just hope it means nothing. But I don't think that's possible.
Well, don't worry. Jeff looks at you. Things have a habit of working out. Yeah, you got this, man. And if nothing else, you got your great friends beside you to help get you out of any bad situations.
That's true.
So turn that frown upside down, buddy.
Give him a little fist bump. Thank you.
You boop his snoot.
Oh, and Jeff, if I could have a moment of your time,
Yeah?
I just wanted to show you this, and like I'll pull like a small like half sheet off painting. I finished it early this morning before.
He sort of coils around like at your shoulder and head and like kind of like plops his head on top of your head to look down at it. Oh my god, that looks so good. You got all my best features. I look so fierce and beautiful.
But I appreciate it. I thought it was the best way to representate you.
I love it. If there's any way you can make a copy of that at some point, I would love to have one.
Oh, this is for you and Granny Garnet as a thank you for a show of generous hospitality.
My god, thank you. I'm so excited to have this. Can we stick it on the fridge, Grammy? And she just looks at him. She goes, "Yeah, we can do that. I guess." And she kind of magically places it up at like some sort of metal box that's in the kitchen area. One that you don't really recognize. You've seen ice boxes before, but those are generally like long beds of metal with that you would put ice in.
Mhm.
This is like like one of those, but almost stood up on its side.
Interesting.
But yeah, that's about it for me.
Another couple hours pass. She gets you guys fed for the morning, and then begins. You see as the tea house itself begins to hover closer and closer to the ground. Well, looks like this is your stop. Probably still got another hour and a half travel to get to the capital itself. But you youngins can handle that, right?
Yeah, we definitely can do that.
Of course.
All right, I'm gonna find my way down to the Mistvale Moors and find William Snakespeare. And see what we can find about these different locations you guys found with that weird map.
All right. Well, we appreciate everything you've done for us. Thank you very much.
Yeah, we're gonna miss you guys tons, says Jeff. Uh, and you guys be good. I'll know if you didn't.
We'll be good as we can be.
And Grandma Garnet goes, "Oh, I know. You kids be well." And you see is like she kind of doesn't kick you guys out, but then like shuts the door behind you guys. If you ever need me,
All right.
you know how to find me.
Do we?
Uh, she thinks so. I'm always in your heart. No, she did give you something to be able to talk to her though.
Okay, cool.
She gave you a
I'm
tooth.
sure.
Two.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
You just got to put it in your own mouth. And-
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yep. Yeah.
Yeah, I have no way to communicate with her. Say less.
Yeah. Does anybody actually have that written down?
I did not.
Oh, you
I
want me to
did
throw it
not.
in my? You want me to throw it in my like little notes here?
That sounds
Yeah,
great.
go ahead.
Granny's tooth
Tooth of communication.
with Granny. Sip it. All the small. No.
But yeah, you guys head out. You travel around, heading towards the capital for about an hour and a half when you see the great ringed city of Valorane in front of you. The first one is this huge ring that stretches for, you would have to assume, miles around the city. It's accented with blue motifs around it, kind of giving it almost an elegant look, but you can tell that this one has seen much better days. It doesn't look as well kept as the ones you can almost see further in. And you see that there are tons and tons of people on the outside. Do you head towards the people, or are you guys trying to investigate around to try and find the outside entrance to the sewers?
I'm gonna look for the sewers. I'm looking just for an entrance to the sewers. That's in my head. That's the only mission I have right now.
Well, yeah, because like I'm just saying, because like there's entrance to the sewers inside the city and outside.
I feel like outside might be better, just because opening up a random hole in the city might draw alarms.
Yeah, but I feel like entering the city illegally is also bad.
Well, if my uncle is down there, he's the leader, basically, of the army, so
Oh, for sure, but
of the guard. So I feel like, well, honestly, I don't think we have any papers anyway. So, well, I might.
no, but you might need to check in the gate, you know.
Yeah, let's just go to the sewers.
Alrighty. Roll me either perception or investigations of your choice to try and find the sewers around the city.
All of us or just one?
All of you.
All right, at a +7 investigation. That is a 26, not 19.
Well, I guess only one of you needed to.
Okay. Well, yeah, it'd be 13 or 14 for me total for perception.
You find the stream of water, and by the time you realize that you'd found it, you see Aegis already walking towards it. And Aegis finds a gate sort of thing, like a gated hole into the side of the rock base of the actual city itself, where you see a solid stream, or like not a solid stream, but like a steady stream of gunk and water pouring out from it, and the smell is vile enough that you are certain that you found the entrance to the sewers. And you guys kind of tear the gate off and head on in.
Yeah, with a horrible smell, and I urge my dog to follow, even though he's probably doesn't want to go in.
Is there? Do we have to like actually roll on tearing this gate off or whatever?
No, it's luckily like pretty loose because in case maintenance people need to come through, you'd assume also probably smugglers
Mhm.
probably use this. So it doesn't really. You can see where there once was a lock, but there's barely even remnants of what was once a lock.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, I guess we go in, we put the gate back.
I I wall climb and not climb or walk in the gross.
So you do that, but you realize that the walls and the ceiling are kind of gross too, just from the growth of things nearby, but it is not as gross as what's congealed on the ground for sure.
I assume there's kind of walkway, like a walkway to the left or right.
Yeah, there's two sort of walkways on each side of the steady stream of water.
Oh, okay, then yeah, I'll be fine.
Yeah, I was like, I would assume it's not just we walk in water.
Look, I've seen both, so
Yeah, you've seen
I've
just
seen both.
the pipe.
I've seen both.
No, for a while there, it is just the pipe before you get to a walkway.
Yeah.
But it's nothing too crazy at the moment. It's sort of like this is an overflow sort of valve or overflow thing. So you haven't gotten to the huge reservoirs of crud, which is where the pathway sort of opens up. And after about, I'd say an hour, maybe half an hour. Yeah, I could say half an hour to an hour of like traveling down in here, kind of taking different turns. You finally get upon something that sort of catches your eye as different than normal for these sewers, as you see a whole bunch of webs start to just be everywhere, just covered in webs around different corridors, like to the point of even shutting off different corridors. And you also notice like there's even like refuse piles of like trash and whatnot, so you can tell that people used to be in this area, but due to the silence and the smell, you assume that there is nothing and nobody nearby.
I am immediately on guard. And then I summon Unseen Sister. As Unseen Sister, not her full echo form. And
Okay, yeah.
Hunan, give us a quick glance around.
You see the little shadow kind of makes a mock salute sign and starts wandering about.
Yeah, that's I'm using her essentially as like a forward scout around corners and like areas and such.
You see around like because this area where you first start seeing these webs is still this narrow-ish hallway that really doesn't have any offshoots for a bit. It's just like straightforward going one direction for a little bit, and then you see that there is like a jut around the corner. You see the Unseen Sister go around the corner, kind of look, take a couple steps back, and walks back towards you, just shaking its head.
Uh-oh.
Got you. I mean, because I'm the only one that can see her currently. My sister says that the way forward is not the best path.
Really?
Oh, what'd she see?
I don't believe I can communicate with her in this form. I mean, I can make out basic like motions and gestures. Why the shape was-
It's not like I can smell, It's impossible to smell down here.
Um, I kind of like look at my audience and is it a spider based off the webs? Uh, you just basic yes or no answers is what I tell her in response.
You get a shrug,
Got you.
closer to a no.
But there is
Alright.
something up the path.
Fuck it. I'm going first.
Alright.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
You see as you turn the corner, you see a huge nest of cocooned
Oh.
eggs and just
Oh.
thick webbed walls blocking the rest of the area in front of those eggs.
So, time to JoJo's Bizarre Adventures through? No, I'm kidding. Okay.
And these like this egg cocoon that I'm talking about, these are roughly like up to like your belly button in size.
So, how much of an area is it, Malloy, that you see all these eggs?
The room it's basically like a rectangular sort of shape. It is I wrote down what I was doing. Apparently I didn't give it the exact, but it's about 20 feet left to right, and then up and down is about another 20 feet.
Alright, I could do something here. We're we're gonna
Start punching?
something no. Something's
Eldritch,
gonna happen. Are y'all ready?
do you care if we use your barrel?
What bear? Oh, alcohol.
I was just gonna use this.
What's this? Where it be? Where it at?
Fireball!
Also fair.
The wizard classic.
40-foot
I-
diameter.
I was just trying to make it so you didn't have to use a spell.
Let's hope they're
That's
not
fair.
immune to fire.
Bro, spiders are immune to fire. We're fucked. Yeah.
They're fire spiders.
What kind of barrel do we have again?
We have a barrel of ale that it was Eldritch that's kind of just been sitting in our bag of holding. We could use some of it and spread it around, and then I could prestidigitate, or you could prestidigitate the fire. I just don't think it's the best idea to leave these adorable little creatures untouched.
Yeah, because I think once we light the webs on fire, it might just light the rest of them on fire, right?
You would hope.
All right, well, let's try it, but let's stealth to get there, because I got a feeling it ain't just eggs up there.
Do we have we have rope. We've got. Yeah. Do either of you happen to have any sort of like wood, cloth?
I have a whole old robe. 'Cause
I have
remember
a
got
deck
new
of
robe.
cards.
Ah, wait, hold on. So
I have common clothes, so yeah,
I will
robes.
take some of my common clothes and kind of wrap the top of it along the top of a torch that I have, and then we're gonna dip it into this like container, and I'm gonna give the torch to Hunin in her unseen form and everything.
I could mage hand it there.
So now there's just kind of floating swords. That's a great idea. Do you want to mage hand the container and we'll spill some of the container around, and then Hunin can take the torch over?
I feel like it weighs more than 10 pounds. Would you let me roll something to be able to hold the container? Or I can hold the torch and Hooten hold the bear?
Yeah, we sure.
Yeah, let's do
And-
that. Because that way, yeah, I'll mage hand the torch.
All right, and I will pick up to my best ability this barrel of ale.
I mean, do you need me to line it up for you?
He said, pour me a glass.
Takes a couple swigs. Yeah, you can take it now.
Just like One Piece drinks out of the fucking barrel real quick. You guys pour some of it down and bring the flame over to incinerate it. And as soon as the fire kind of hits the web and ale concoction, along with some of the sludge and crud that's around. A horrid black smoke begins to crackle and spout forth from the fire. And I need all of you guys to start making a constitution saving throw.
Is it wafting towards us?
Yes.
Fuck that shit. I flap my wings to push it away.
And the smell of it itself is enough to almost make you vomit.
No, that's fair, but
I will
I'll
give
keep
you
us
guys
from being smoke
advantage.
inhalation.
I will give you guys advantage on the save for trying to blow it away like that.
Constitution.
I'm gonna assume I pass either way.
I got 15.
Pass.
I rolled 19 and then I add
Pass.
6, so
Well,
Super duper pass. Eldritch Thorn.
24.
hell yeah.
You also pass. All of you guys managed to, as soon as the smoke comes that way, Moon and you immediately starts flapping your wings and blowing as much of that smoke back as possible. Moon and used Gust.
Pretty much.
And the other two of you bring up like your clothing real quick and cover it around your face, kind of tie it off like a bandana of sorts around like in front of your nose to give you guys some sort of buffer for the little bit that does get through. And you guys stave off all of the worst smell and worst effects as you see it kind of torches through a good chunk of webs, unlocking a whole nother area to like explore through around this corner because it was blocked before. However, upon the burning of the webs, you see that the eggs themselves also like crackle and burn, and you see like small creatures that were inside like crawl out just to like burn immediately and incinerate to ash within like 5 or 6 steps of coming out of the eggs.
oh, spawn kill for real.
And you hear a horrendous scream from down in the sewers.
I immediately stealth.
And you see, before you even get the opportunity to do so, from behind you guys, you see 2 big, bloated, bipedal, spider-like creatures with 2 taloned arms barreling towards you guys. And that is where we're calling it for today.
Ugh.
Oh
Ugh.
man, I knew it was gonna be some fucking disgusting shit down here.
Should have set
Oh,
up a
yeah.
trap.
It is a gross
The sewer.
dungeon slog down
It
there.
is a sewer to one of the biggest cities.
Yeah. And once
Gonna-
again, thank you guys all for listening, and we greatly appreciate all the support.
Thank you.
And join us
thank
next
you.
time for more burning spider baby adventures.
Wow.
What?
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
Bye. Thank you for listening to another outing of our party. If you enjoyed and want to support us, like and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, all at Imaginary Paradise. One word. Except for Twitter, which for whatever reason is only Imaginary Pair. And if you really, really love us, you can come donate to us on Patreon. We have some fun exclusives for you, and that can help us keep this thing going and improving. Thanks again for listening, everyone, and keep your imagination strong and your dice roll stronger. Stay chaotic.